Greetings, Internet. Welcome to Aaron Plays, and I hope you're doing fantastically well. This is a top 5 games that I have played on my channel in 2024. Now, I won't run through some of the numbers in the sense of how many games did I play in 2024, and it was 17 that I brought to the channel. Some a very short amount of episodes, and some a lot of episodes. I'm looking you into the woods. 58 episodes and counting. But short ones, well, the shortest one was, I lost it, Starship Trooper, only about 3. In fact, Moscow campaign, only 1, but that was because it was following on from starting December. There was more than 5 episodes. So 17 total games that were brought to the channel in 2024. And from those games, I've made a top 5. Now, what I've also done is ranked all 17, but I'm not going to bring them to this episode. Here we go. You'll be here for a long time. So what I'm going to do is put the list in reverse order. So starting at 17 down to number 1 onto the community tab. No peeking until you watch the video. Come on. Get off the button. No. Watch the video. The other thing is I also did was the most popular games, as in viewed by you. So we'll do that first, okay? The most viewed videos in 2024, or of those games. I mean, some videos that were done in 22 actually have attracted more views than some of these. But that's, by the way, just the 2024. Let me get my little booklet. Okay. So at number 5 of most watched from you guys was The Voyage of the Pandora, okay, which is still ongoing. I haven't got to it yet. It's one of those things that, I want to play it, but other things are taking a little bit of precedence. So number 5 was The Voyage of the Pandora. Number 4 was Ambush. So various missions. The most attractive one was Pickpocket, I think it was. Operation Pickpocket. That got to number 4. Number 3 is Into the Woods. Now, I'm talking about just one. I'm not adding up all, I haven't got the time, all the videos. I'm just looking at the most watched video of any one game in the series. And the highest one was Into the Woods there at number 3. Number 2 was Air and Armor. Okay, so one of the videos there got quite about 550 odd likes. Likes, wish. Sorry, views. Yeah, that's Cloud Cuckoo on land. Likes. But yeah, Air and Armor, number 2. And the most watched video for 2024 from all of those 17 was Panzerblitz. So, which did surprise me, considering it's a 1970s game. But there we go. So, number 2, pretty up-to-date game. I think that's a 2024 release. And Panzerblitz, a 1970 release. See, my channel, I've got to cater for all of you guys and all the things you like to watch. And I try to. I do try to mix the old with the new. So then, let's start at which game that I enjoy playing. Okay. And in the number 5 spot, bring in the box. Oh, it's a heavy thing. Oh, so heavy. There's a lot of stuff in this box. Is a game that was introduced to or mentioned to me by Mark. It's an old 1980s game that has been updated. And yes, should I cover my face up? That's a better picture, isn't it? Yeah. Air and Armor, Würzburg, or Würzburg. Würzburg, not with Würzen. There's no N. Würzburg. Absolutely stunning game. Beautiful production. I never played it in 1980. In fact, I never even heard of it. There you go. There's so many games out there. Don't hear of all of them. But Mark mentioned it. He said, he's getting the new updated. I do like World War III, Germany invasions. I mean, I was a great fan of the World at War 85. I do have the original, and I have the new one coming up. This is at the next high level, company level, whereas World War 85 is Platoon. And I've only played so far the introductory scenario. I've played it twice, once solo, once opposed. And I do want to get further into the system. Myself and Mark are going to be playing it. However, I mentioned in my channel update a couple of days ago that this thing is suffering a little bit of brain burnout. So I'm playing a little bit simpler games, but that is going to be done sometime, probably January, February, maybe March. The next scenario, I'm not sure if I'm going to do the intro scenario again, or just move on and bring in the aircraft and the helicopters. What do I like about it? Why is it number five in my games that I've played this year? Um, yes, it has a complex rule book, but once you actually start playing it, it flows quite nicely. It gives a challenging and interesting situation. And even though I was playing one game was solo, it played nicely solo as well. Wasn't sure if I was going to get the initiative. Um, you're not sure what you can spot and see and such forth. So for a solo player, it's great. I was playing it, and then when I played it opposed, those problems or interesting things were multiplied. And there's also a further hidden mode, which I haven't looked at yet, really. I've heard about it. I've seen a video on it. Looks fascinating as well, where you're not even sure where your own troops are. Great. So that's my number five. Next up, then, in number four, it's a game I've had for a long time, and I've played it quite a few times, but never really solo. I sort of dabbled with it solo, but it has a solo bot, or not a bot, but a way of playing solo. And I thoroughly enjoyed bringing the solo aspects to the channel, and that is Space Empires. Shall I do the better view? There you go. All you can see is my fingers, and we beep it over the top. Yes, Space Empires. Now, I've played this now fully solo, two-player, three-player, four-player, and every player count, it works beautifully. Now, I've in the solo game that I brought to the channel, I played against two empires, which is meant to be I think it's the normal or might be the hard level even, and just scraped a win. It took me quite a bit of time, and I thoroughly enjoyed doing that. What I want to do now with the game, and I'm sort of like pondering, will that work or not, is actually play it two-player solo, playing two different empires solo, um, and playing it with different personalities. Yes, I'll do a split personality. I'll have one side sort of, let's say, Klingon-esque, and another side Federation-esque, and try and keep that mentality through the game. Also, as yet, I haven't really delved into. I think the first expansion was Close Encounters. I dabbled with it very slightly when it came out. Didn't really. There's enough in in the core game, to keep you entertained. And even in the game that I played on the channel. I only played with the basic rules plus MS Pipelines. Didn't play with carriers what did I? I did play with carriers and fighters. Yes, I did. I didn't play with was the cloaking. See, time. It's flying by. So I would like to play with all the rules in here, and maybe I think there's some cards in Close Encounters, if I remember correctly, which give not natural, national characteristics, and I'll see which one of those, a card each or something like that, to get into the personality of each nation. So if you fancy that, you let me know. But this was make sure I get my numbering right. Number four on the games I enjoyed playing this year, Space Empires. If you haven't got it, all I can say is get it. It's on a GMT reprint. I think it's going to be their fifth. And also they're doing their final expansion of that, which I have, P500. But this absolutely cracking game. Thoroughly enjoyed bringing it to the channel and want to continue bringing something of it to the channel. What next? Number three. I wonder if you guys can sort of see where this is heading, but number three was a complete surprise. Hold on, cup of tea. Now I could have paused there, and maybe I should have paused, but I didn't. So yeah, number three, a game that took me by surprise. Okay. Um, I grew up playing games, really started playing sort of, I mean, I played with soldiers and such forth. And if you've watched my first episode of my progress through gaming, um, I played soldiers and I moved on to big games. And then eventually um, started playing squad leader and such forth. What it meant is I missed this as a game. I did see it around. I saw other people playing it. I thought, nah, better games out there. But this year I got intrigued. So what is it? I thought, "Oh, let's go and give it a try." It was on eBay for a steal. And that's Panzer Blitz. There you go. There's the improved picture. Panzer Blitz. Okay. When I opened the box, I was like, yeah, not very impressed. Counters look okay. Map board's a bit bland. Rule book, whew. But, but, I thought, I want to play this against somebody. So I put a little advert out. I think it was Board Game Geek. Got contacted by Ari, or Harry. I'm not quite sure how to say his name exactly, from Finland. And we have been playing now they don't call them scenarios, the situations in this box. And we're up to situation 9. I've brought the first 8 to the channel. And yes, it's dated. Yes, it has the Panzer Bush syndrome where you can move from cover to cover and not be intercepted and such forth. But you've got to think of the scale. It's 250 meters a hex. Okay, so things can sneak up through 250. I can't see 200, more than 10 meters out my window. So what's creeping up 250 meters away? Who knows? But it's been an absolute blast of fun. And I think that's something that a lot of modern games forget. They're meant to be played and have fun with. And I have played and had fun with this. I intend, if Harry's still willing, to go through all the 12 situations that are in this box. Beyond that, no idea. I've also recently purchased Panzer Leader and Arab-Israeli Wars. I'm also just starting a game of Panzer Leader with Craig, who I played Air and Armor with. So we're actually going to look at that. I've read the rules, obviously. There are some subtle differences, and also it brings in the Overwatch rule. Me and Harry have discussed, do we need to bring those rules into this? I don't think so. It's 2 separate games. Would it completely unbalance? I mean, some of these scenarios I wouldn't say are balanced anyway, but would it completely screw them up if you start introducing other rules? No idea. But I'd like to do the first 12 situations with the rules in the box, and then maybe add in a Panzer Leader rule for Overwatch or something, and then retry one of those missions that we thought was really close and see if it makes any difference. Don't know. But my number 3 pick for the games I've enjoyed playing and bringing to the channel this year is Panzer Blitz from I think it's 1970. I was 5 years old when this came out. 5 years old. So yeah, a definite blast from the past. And if you haven't got it and you've got a chum to play it with, I don't know how it'll play solo. I can't see me playing it solo. But playing it opposed, it's fun. Get it because it is relatively cheap on your eBays. So that was number 3. So 2 slots still to go. 2 and 1. So number 2 is from a system that I've been playing right back since when one of the games came out in about 1980-ish. Can't remember the exact date. And then I've played various iterations of the system as it's gone through and evolved. And what I've got here is the latest iteration, and it's also now the longest running videos on my gaming channel. Into the Woods. Great Battles of the American Civil War. Volume, I have no idea. No, it doesn't mention it on there. Nope. But yes. So the latest GMT iterations with activation markers and chip pool and such forth, each turn representing an hour. I've played it since. Well, I played Terrible Swift Sword. I didn't own Terrible Swift Sword. I played Terrible Swift Sword. Um, then I played P Ridge. And I can't remember all the other games I played, or the original uh, SPI, then TSR Gleam of Bayonets I played, then GMT did their first edition of 3 Days of Gettysburg, played that, thoroughly enjoyed it. Don't remember too much of it because by the next time I played it, I was doing the third edition, which is definitely, I think the first edition of 3 Days of Gettysburg had still 20-minute turns. By the third iteration, don't know what happened with the second, unsure. By the third iteration, they had the chip pull system, and I've been playing them since. I originally I did buy them all one at a time, and I just didn't have anyone to play them with. 3 Days of Gettysburg, I managed to play with on using the ADC computer system. Um, what was after that? Chickamauga, yeah, never got to play it. Stone Ridge or Stone River, never got to play it. Um, I did play I was going to say the Gizmo game. No, no. Gringo. Got it there. Gringo. Did play quite a few of the scenarios of those. Enjoyed those. The Red Badge of Courage. Played a couple of scenarios of those. Well, all around the first Manassas, not the second. Never played second Manassas. And so on. And when the one with the woods, the hills, and the mountains. Had South Mountain in it anyway. Bought that, played that, but really was struggling to play with anyone. And then eventually I thought, they're just sitting on the shelf. I might as well get rid of them. Silly man. And I was gifted the Into the Valley one. No, this is Into the Woods. Death Valley. Yeah. I was gifted that. I thought, okay, thank you. Probably sell it because I've got no one to play it with. But the person gifted it to me said, right, now I'm giving it to you. Can you teach me how to play this? And I went, yeah, sure. Yeah, of course. Yeah, brilliant. Yeah, and we've played a few scenarios from that. And I was like saying to him, I said, I had these games all on the shelf, all of them. And you didn't say a dicky word. You didn't say a word. And then you go and buy one and realize it's quite complex. Get me we'd have had fun. Anyway, I picked up Into the Woods and I decided to bring it to the channel. And well, I'm up to episode 58 and it's still only the 9 a.m. turn. And this game will be continued. And as I say, it's number 2 on my games played this year. Thoroughly enjoying it. I'm having a little bit of a whinge lately about the terrain and how difficult it can be. Doesn't matter. Can't get it at the table. Don't have a big enough table for it. Been playing it on Vassal, as you know, but thoroughly enjoying it. The detail, the action, and the tenseness of who's going to draw, what trick's going to come up next is all there. And it plays beautifully solo because you've got the plan for each side. The plan for each side, the overall plan for each side is fairly obvious. But how it breaks down with those chip pulls, who's going to activate when, where, what, and so on, creates a whole different atmosphere. And it's big enough to represent a whole battle or a reasonable size, but not to, I mean, Gettysburg is huge, huge. And I know they've got another one coming out which has got small battles in it. So I'm going to continue with this one until either I finish the game or it ends up with like no one's actually watching it. Because, if I don't, I can either continue the game and not bring it to the channel. So, but I hope you guys do continue watching it because I'm thoroughly enjoying playing it. And my number 2 game for this year that I've enjoyed playing on the channel. So let me put that to the side. So that just leaves the number 1 spot. What's that going to be? I mean, you should have guessed it, really. Come on. I've been harping on about this game since I got it. I was playing it last year and I've been playing it this year. And I'm playing a campaign of it and thoroughly enjoying it. I mean, it was a game that I wanted to get for quite a while, just never got round to it. It was always too expensive. But I managed to pick it and its expansions up. And that is Ambush. There you go. There's the improved picture. Ambush. Now, why do I like Ambush? That's a good darn question. It's can be a bit ponderous at time when you're checking the paragraphs and you're going through. Um, some of the rules don't make a lot of sense in many ways. Why I can't, and I mentioned this when I'm doing the battle hymn, that it's difficult sometimes to see ahead. You've got to go into the hex to detect what's actually there. Sometimes if it's in the open, it'll allow you to see two or three hexes. And you'll point out there's a ford, or it'll point out that you can see an antenna or something like that. But I mean, in the battle here, I walked into a tiger trap. There was no way I could scout that hex. I could no way other than send a guy in there and hope that there's nothing there. Also, it revealed a foxhole in the middle of the open, which I've been viewing that area for quite a while. Why didn't I see that foxhole until? But that's the thing. Okay, so there's lots of little rules that you go, I don't know. Okay, I mean, a tank. Tank are the rules I'm struggling with the most. What's the difference between it being open and closed when it fires or anything like that? I can't see anything. And if you could write it in the comments if I missed something. But so why would they open up if they're going to have no detriment to their shooting and such forth? Um, I don't know. I might even house rule that if well, because there must be a benefit, and I know from tankers there is a benefit of actually opening up, is that you get better view, better sighting, and a bit more room to actually maneuver inside the turret and such forth. But this game doesn't seem to have that in there. It has it open and closing. What it means when it's closed, you can't do anything unless you've got a bazooka. I need to bring bazookas to my missions with me. Got to put that in a mantra. But the thing is, it's so expensive to do so. Anyway, ambush. So there's a lot of things that go, yeah, that detract from it. But for a game to play solitaire, that was done, I think it was at 83 or 84, to hold my level of attention and have me on tender hooks for my guys, nothing comes close. I mean, I could have put battle hymn next to this. I am preferring the ambush to the battle hymn at the moment, but that's not because I've only played. I'm halfway through the second mission. Yes, I played quite a few more. I haven't finished everything in the box. That's the intent, and then start to work through the expansions as well. But ambush, I could play this by itself and not bring anything else to the channel. Just keep playing it. I know it'll get tedious. You want to see new games. I get it. But from my playing perspective, I could just play this and have a blast. So that's it, really. Ambush is my number one game. If you haven't got this, I know it's quite expensive. And I know it's quite dated. There are other games. I mean, I think Combat was one I was looking at, which uses cards and such forth rather than the paragraphs. But I've watched a few episodes of Combat, and it seems a bit too random. The Germans, or the Axis, don't seem to make much sense in what they do. Maybe that's something that they also put across to one of the videos I've watched. But what I've seen, this still takes it because at least when you're playing the sniper, there seems to be a coordinated plan. Whereas the cards systems in Combat looks a little bit too random. So yeah, there'll be more of this brought to the channel. So I think was it 5 missions into what's in this box. I've got mission 8 to do is the next one. I'm doing them in chronological order rather than the order that's given in the book. So as I said, if you haven't got it and you can find a reasonably priced copy, I thoroughly recommend it. Or go and borrow it from a friend who might have it. Who knows? So that brings me to the end of my top 5 games that I've played on the channel, and also I've sort of got top 5 games watched by you guys on the channel. I did a channel update a few days ago, so I'm not going to go repeat absolutely everything, though some of when I was talking about those games, there was a bit of repeat there. Let me know in the comments what games you've enjoyed this year, from either what I've played or what you've played. Okay. As I say, I always enjoy reading the comments. That's part of the reason why I did the channel in the first place, because it's sometimes difficult to find opponents and even just fellow Sados playing with bits of cardboard. Well, I'm not even playing with bits of cardboard now, am I? Though I did that recently with the SAS Rogue Regiment, which I thoroughly enjoyed, but I've only played one mission on it. Will that be in the top 5 next year? Who knows? Um, Thank you for watching. If you did enjoy this video or any of the other videos done, just give the video, the channel a thumbs up, or this video a thumbs up. It all helps. Subscribe if you haven't done so already and you do enjoy what I want to do. Do the little notification bell. Again, that lets you know when I do drop a video. Comments, always much appreciated. I recently got over 1,000 subscribers, so technically I'm now monetized. I'm not making a massive profit out of it. In fact, none. But whatever I do get in will be brought back in the channel. So the other option there is, and it's down below this, what you're seeing here, there is an option to join as a member if you want to. But until next time, and that won't be too far away, because there's a battle hymn ready to drop, and the next episode is ready to drop soon. Play games, have fun. Bye, Internet!